with the analysts soon as well. But let's head across to Syngene. That stock is at a 52-week low on the back of weak Q3. Varsha has spoken to the management as well, Peter Bains. Let's listen into that conversation.
Well, Hiral, if you see the Syngene has not given a good set of numbers, and this is why if you're seeing the stock is down. And the impact was led by ongoing inventory correction for one of the drug, Librela, and there was a one-time loss of 70 crore in Q3 due to new labor codes. But to speak more about the numbers and what lies ahead for next 2 to 3 years, I'm here joined by Mr. Peter Bains, who is the MD and CEO at Syngene International. Well, Mr. Bains, welcome to NDTV Profit. It's a pleasure to have you. You mentioned Q3 was impacted by a single large molecule. Can you help us understand whether the impact is temporary or structural?
So the impact has been ongoing through this year, and it is continuing to unfold, and we expect it to continue and play out in the coming quarters.
On that note, how much revenue concentration does this single product represent today?
So we don't give out that level of detail, but this was our largest manufacturing collaboration, and it's a commercial product, and it is clearly the single biggest impact on our numbers. What is important is to sort of drill down there and look at our business across the board. And if we put the impact of this single product to one side and look at the rest of Syngene's business, what we're seeing there across our diversified platforms is growth. So if I take that single product impact out of the picture and look at our manufacturing platforms, we are seeing capacity utilization increases, and we are seeing stable growth now coming out of both large molecules and small molecules. And then if we look at our research services platforms, we are seeing good growth in chemistry, we're seeing growth coming out of biology, and we're seeing growth in our translational and clinical services divisions. So in some ways, it's two parts. We clearly are facing the single product challenge that we've described, but on the other side of the business, which is where we're clearly focusing our efforts, is on driving growth across the breadth of our diversified platforms, and it is encouraging to see that we are growing right across those diversified platforms.
Right, but Mr. Bains, how confident are you about growth acceleration over the next few quarters? If you could, update us on that.
So I think Syngene is very well placed to capitalize on the strength of its diversified platforms. This gives us opportunities to grow in manufacturing, and we are encouraged by the capacity increases that we're seeing and the translation of that into early growth. We need to build on that clearly in the coming quarters to see that push on. And then back to our research services. Good growth here, across chemistry, biology, and translational sciences, and we feel we're well placed, with our investments in new technologies and differentiated services, to look to build on this platform and see, growth coming in the coming quarters.
But Mr. Bains, is Q4 looking stronger? Now, why I'm saying this, because considering FY26 mid-single-digit guidance which was given by you, how is Q4 looking? Because Q4 has to be the strongest quarter if you have to meet that guidance.
Right. So in the light of, the ongoing challenge in the single large molecule, which I think has come in, a little bit higher than we anticipated, we will be making, an adjustment to our guidance.
And that change would be, so is there any change in guidance?
Yes, so the guidance, on revenue, we will be adjusting that from a mid-single-digit growth to a degrowth in the 2 to 3% range.
Understood. Well, thank you, Mr. Bains, for joining this conversation, and all the best for the business. Well, Mahima, I mean, this is the big statement coming. Syngene has actually reduced its guidance from, mid-single digit growth to now degrowth of 2 to 3% for FY26. And that's the reason, if you see, the stock is down almost 4 to 5%.
Right. Varsha, thank you so much for getting us those details. I think the cut in guidance is the main reason as to why we're seeing that fall in the stock coming with regards to where Syngene International is concerned. But moving on, the other counter that's in focus is Interglobe Aviation. That